what you are worth to God, what man is worth to God, and you in particular. You know, there's a lot today said about self-esteem and about self-worth. But what does God say we're worth versus our own opinion of ourselves, our self-esteem? Well, let's take a look at the Psalms today. Psalms 24:1, then Psalms chapter 8, verses 3 through 6, and then we'll look at Psalms 139, and we will get God's opinion of what you're worth, what I'm worth. Psalms 24:1 says, "The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof. Everything in it and everybody in it belongs to Him." So you and I were created by Him, and for His glory. In Psalms 8, verse 3, it says, "When I consider the works of your hands, when I consider the heavens, the works of your fingers, the sun and the moon, which you have set in place, what is man that you are mindful of him? The son of man that you care for him? You have made him a little lower than heavenly beings." The Hebrew word there is Elohim. "And crowned him with glory and honor. You made him ruler over the works of your hands, and you put everything under his feet." If you take these scriptures as a whole, you see that God has given man a supreme position over all creation. And sometimes we get things wrong in our own opinions. There's a paraphrase of the scriptures which says, "What is puny man that you're mindful of him?" And I think that's the exact opposite of what David here is saying in the Psalms. It's what is man that you have put him in charge of your entire universe. In fact, let's go back and pick up on that Hebrew word Elohim. "For you have made him a little lower than Elohim." The NIV translates as heavenly beings. Elohim simply means God. Man, you and I, have been made just a little bit lower than God Himself. You ever wonder why it took Jesus' death to redeem man, to buy him back? I think this is the answer. Because an angel wasn't worth it. You can't go out and purchase something for less money than it cost. And God could not redeem man back with anything less than what he was worth. And what he was worth was just a little bit lower than God Himself. Now you can purchase something if the price is just a little bit more, if what you have to offer is just a little bit more. So that would be Jesus' death on the cross. So what are you and I worth? What is man worth? We're worth the very life of Christ. That goes against all of our notions of self-esteem. In Psalm 139, David says, "For you created," this is Psalm 139:13, "For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know them full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was in the secret place. When I was woven together in the depths of the earth, your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." This is a picture of, think of your grandmother, your mother knitting an afghan. She has a purpose. She chooses the yarn, she chooses the colors, but she has a reason. There's a baby on the way, and she's making this baby afghan. "You knit me together in my mother's womb, and you ordained every day for me before one of them came to be." You and I, our true worth to God is worth the price He paid, the life of His Son. Our self-esteem has nothing to do with true worth. Self-esteem, I think, is rooted in self and is heavily influenced by what others think, by others liking you or not liking you, and it is a playground for the devil, for us to go by our own self-evaluation of what we're worth. Let's scrap self-esteem and concentrate and thank God for who He says we are and what He says we're